Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind. So, we are having to deal with a revolt up here, apparently. And we just took over Tonggu last episode as a march. I must have a naval commander. So that was good. On the other hand, we've triggered a reasonably large coalition. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Tonggu, however, is becoming loyal at a faster pace than I expected them to. Which is very good. We're almost done converting the Philippine region. And we are moving on to colonizing Siberia, because the New World, we can't access any of the land up there to colonize. Where is my silly admiral? You're almost next to useless, so for now we're going to fire you. So we're not at war. Next time we get another commander, we should hit... well, we won't hit it exactly. We'll be very close to hitting 100% professionalism. We'll do that. Still plotting against China, obviously. It's quite a ways to go. They have twice the army I do. And they have one heck of a grievance against me, having lost the last several fights versus me. But they seem reluctant to attack with both Russia and Vijayanagar on our side. Who picked this? Oh, that's the guy I spared. Vijayanagar is doing a pretty good job of slowly conquering India, along with Spain, interestingly enough. Perhaps policy change is in order. Obviously, we're not about to attack the Ming. We're probably going to attack the Ming until we get quantity ideas done, just so that we can match them one-on-one ratio of troops. Useful tech level, but not a priority. We got the Enlightenment. Oh my. The Enlightenment. The last century has seen rationalism and empiricism gaining an ever-increasing popularity among great minds of the age. In letters, publication, or coffee houses, kings, scientists, philosophers, and literatures are discussing the merits of tolerance, the scientific method, and the spreading of Enlightenment ideas to all humanity. From unities or courts of enlightened monarch, expeditions are being sent to measure, catalog, weigh, and map the world so we can better understand the laws that govern the things around us. Others discuss the law that governs society and try and reach an understanding of the rights of man. In Nanewa, a colossal undertaking has begun in the assembly of a complete encyclopedia of all knowledge. The light of reason has now been lit, and many will not rest until it has been brought to all the corners of the earth. Well, I hoped I would get it, and I got it right down here. There we go, Setsu. Beacon of the Enlightenment, monthly autonomy change lower, which doesn't really help that much when you've already given it to a state, but whatever. I'm going to take the tech, not the tech, I'm going to take the idea, because that will reduce our army maintenance cost. Fair amount, actually. Royal marriage with Russia has ended, which means, and this could be a good thing, we can royal marriage with these guys. And maybe eventually we'll get a wife or a heir to this throne. Really, this guy is not having any luck with getting heirs. Okay, well, we may have a infertile ruler on the throne. Hopefully not. That would be disappointing. We don't have too much more for Tonggu to be loyal. I might spend, there we go, 2 just to get them on our side. They still are going to be really unhappy with us. But according to this, they are actually loyal. And they've added 16 troops to our military forces. So between them and Champa, that's how many? 30-something? 35 troops additional to our army. We have to remember that. I do have an additional 35 troops that are going to be a little bit more useful than they would seem to be because of they will just keep endlessly sending troops. How's my March fortification doing? I believe I started a fortification in these guys. Is it done yet? Unless I'm entirely crazy. No, I did. Okay, so they do have a fort there. There's a fort here. These guys have a fort there. Worst place ever for a fort, but no, not ever, but it's pretty bad. And there we go. We've lost that siege. Darn. The Buryats, despite being ruled by us for almost 200 years, still rather rebellious. And I don't even want to guess how many troops, how many of their people we've killed off over the years. Some horrific number. The Renaissance, sorry, not the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, I'm getting it confused again, is slowly spreading through our lands. Despite having 43 development and a university, it's still spreading really slow. Okay. Are these guys ever going to revolt? I sure hope they do soon. We'll lose 47,000 manpower rather than 5 army professionalism. There's just one thing, and that is our army will recover at a reasonable pace. It's about 50 months, or not, 25 months of that. Okay, good there. Don't want standardized uniforms. I really want to change out of this at some point, but assuage their pain. 40 gold, I'm all up for that. Hostile siege down there. Okay. Come on, right to there. Oh, sorry. Well, the power of Japan continues. There's a reason Japan is probably the strongest nation in the Eastern Pacific region. It's amazing how strong these guys are. I always forget till I play them again, and then I'm always amazed how strong they are. I mean, Japan alone makes you almost a great power, let alone expanding out of it. And the Ming are once again causing trouble for us. Oh, Tonggu is unhappy with us. Oh, because they sabotaged my diplomatic reputation. Typical, typical, typical. There's still only 59% religious unity. Ugh. It's gonna take a while. Considering we have 119 absolutism, we could almost switch to a parliamentary system. All we'd lose would be 5% absolutism. On the other hand, we lose access to the monarch points we get from the army, the nobility. I'd say we got an heir. 331. Nope. Sorry, 331 is not acceptable. You'll have to be born more intelligent next time. Speaking of which, Japan, I believe, is just gotten a new emperor as of sometime this week. That's going to be interesting to see. I mean, technically we don't have an emperor here, we just have a shogun. There is an emperor, but we have no idea who they are. I'm actually going to take trustworthy allies. We want to get down to this one when if we ever annex a subject. I suppose I could pass it and just go down here. Trade efficiency, global trade power. 2,000 gold to build a treasury. You know, that might actually be worth saving for. What's that? 1701. Considering I only need, what, 700 some odd gold? Let's go for the 2,000. Inflation reduction would be kind of nice. Plus then Imperial Conquest will also be really handy. Okay, that should be pretty much the last one in that area done. Let's work up here on the Manchu now. Indonesia is just going to take such a long time. I think it'd probably be better cleaning up the whole Tengri area first. Obviously, I'm not going to start a fight with anybody until this coalition goes down, so. For those of you who were wondering why I'm not attacking anybody, because pretty much all this area is in a coalition. These guys could join a coalition when their truce with me runs out soon. Fighting Great Britain, though. Okay. If you would be so kind to reoccupy that area. This has definitely been my most rebellious province this entire game. Getting to the point it'd be like the most rebellious out of many of my playthroughs. That thing must have revolted like 15 times now. Okay. Does history tell me about it? No, but as you'll see, it was occupied by Ming, was occupied by Buryatia, was annexed, was occupied by occupied. And then it's been under our control pretty much. Occupied rebels, occupied by rebels. Been quite an interesting mess. Execute the artist, having the affair with a queen or shoguness. So just do tax. Die Viet as expected and wanted, actually. That's one reason right there, that event, lose 75 admin power, is one reason I'm thinking of swapping to a parliamentary system. Would solve some of my endless revolts. Plus, once we hit the next age, having a parliament would help me. But for now, we'll stay with what we got. That actually only stopped like 2 provinces from being rebellious. The amount of times that area of this area changes hands with people is a bit ridiculous. Where are we working? We are working up here now. Every couple provinces we convert, less likely we have to deal with rebels from them again. That's a 7 heir. I'm going to disinherit him. I need an 8 or better. Especially if I'm going to mess around with China. Plus we get a fair amount of prestige every month. Just for literally owning Kyoto. Oh, Korea is at war with somebody. Ming have no manpower. Question is, why do the Ming have no manpower? I guess they've been in a couple wars. Really like it if I could attack the Ming, but I guess it's too dangerous for now. Oh, this is next year? Darn. At least these guys are becoming loyal. 16 troops or so. 19 troops in a fort. 19 troops in a fort sounds like the title of a movie, doesn't it? Rebels, rebels, rebels. This area should be converted really fast, 10 months per province or so. Honestly, I should probably done it earlier. Huh. 3-2 production, also nice. Without doing much, we're still slowly growing in development. Okay. That should solve those rebellions. Still have Shinto zealots and the guy whose land we conquered separatists. Right there. Good timing. That, once taken out, should suppress most of those rebels. And it's really just a matter of time of converting it all. Great Britain is not doing too well in this war, are they? Well, it'd be too much to hope for Great Britain to lose, but could be possible. Morale and discipline for the win. There we go. Ah, yes. More conversion. Well, that should finish off all this half, and then it's just a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more provinces to convert. Then we should be stable up north, at least. Although, I have to say, I've kind of been liking the Tengri revolts for causing havoc for the Ming when they try and invade. Eh. Probably not a good thing to encourage, really. Even with a university here, it's still spreading slowly. Ignore the changes. Take the prestige hit. We are recovering prestige-wise. I just hope we don't get a terrible heir while I can't disinherit it. I really offended these guys, didn't I? 121. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to attack the coalition. Yeah. Oops. Where are you? Oh, right there. I guess that wasn't going to suppress that area, huh? Looks like they're just raring to go. Oh. Maybe I actually don't have as much land up here as I thought. There we go. Do we want that? Increase supply limit? Yes. Almost 800 and... But, well, a little under 800. 740, 50 till we get quantity ideas finished. Speaking of which, when in the world can I talk to these estates? Okay, let's build treasury. The reason I want to do that is because now I can build manufactories, proto-industrialization, 3,000 some odd gold. And if I want, I can just stick universities everywhere. Yeah. It's more along the lines of we're spreading the institution already, and it's still that slow. I think I'll just apply the spreading edict to this whole area. Anywhere that had universities, pretty much. Yeah. Now that's spreading because of C zones. Makes sense. Let's upgrade this to level 3 center of trade, though. World port. And by doing so, somehow we've managed to get a better air. Awesome. Obviously, me doing stuff didn't actually cause that, but I like to think it did. That's not a state. In a state, we can do that though. All of which just to get more trade power in this area. Two gold. Not really that worth it. Okay. Clearly we're gonna have to wait a while until we actually get that, but that's what we got 4,000 some odd gold for. The other thing I should do is I should build conscription centers pretty much everywhere in Japan. Even if it does use up all my gold. Anywhere I can get 2, we want 1. Because we are going to need an absolutely massive force limit to take on the Chinese, and plus 50 will help, but we'll still be shy. So the higher we get, probably the better off we are. And with the revolts of those separatists, we are going to stop here. Pretty much. I'll just go till this missionary is done. And we can't really go anywhere till coalition either dies down or we finish off quantity ideas. So in that sense, we're a little bit stuck. Surprise! Okay, the Ming are finally recovering manpower. They only have, 300,000 more troops than I do. Suppose they could call in Russia, but we saw how bad Russia was last time. From 99 provinces, they get 305 troops. From 180 provinces, we only get 142. I guess I need to make some states. Well, I'll try and do that between episodes, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye for now.